Let us discuss on data flow. Into the process. What is the data flow? Okay. Before doing that, let me show you. Data factories. Studio. So we will see visually and we will discuss what exactly is there. Now, this is the data flow. Okay. What we are going to do? Let's say new data. Look at this. Okay. what is exactly data flow? Okay, data flow, it is, look at this, we are just adding some source and then we are adding some transformations, join, split, we will discuss each and everything what we can, okay, and also we even have something called as sync at the bottom. See this destination. In between you can do filter, sort, alter row, assert. We will go in detail each and every option as well. Okay, so you can define your derived column, you can select specific stream columns, and you can aggregate, you can pivot and pivot, you can do a window. So this is all kind of a transformations without coding. Okay, so what exactly ADF data flow means is it is a mapping data flow which is no code data transformation that we can build ETL or ELT logic using drag and drop. Let us take now, you can just do something like if you want to filter anything. Okay, we have some data, 100 rows, we have 1 lakh reports. Let us take you have student marks or order details. You want all the orders whose order amount is greater than 10,000. Order amount greater than 10,000. So what do? You just use this filter with some conditions. Okay, so that is filter. So we are not doing any code. We are just writing the condition over here. Whatever the condition you want, you can write the condition here based on your source. So see, look at this income stream is source also. When you pick a file or a table, that will be input for this filter, and you can have your own condition. This is just a simple example I'm showing. We'll see in detail. Mobile login. Same way you can sort means order. Okay, we will see each and every option. Now after filtering, you can just add something called as sync. Yes, where you want to sync, you know, right? What is a sync? Sync is nothing but your, what is a sync? What is sync? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, destination.
What is meant by sync?
Destination.
Huh?
When we give our destination, when we type,
It's a target destination. Okay. Always talk about source and target. Okay. So data flow will be like this. Okay. And even in this, we will be having different source options. You can optimize, you can inspect. So we will see all these options with each and everything, what it is and how we need to do it. We will see what is a join. We will see how a condition split will work, how exist will work. Okay, so all these things will go in detail. But today, let us have a theoretical session like what exactly this data flow is. Okay. And what we have, what options we have in this, like what kind of components we have. Okay. Now, what is a data flow? Now you understand, right? What is a data flow? Can someone repeat what is a data flow? Is a mapping data flow, which is visually designed, no code transformations. No code transformations which can build ETL or ELT. Okay, this is a mapping design. Where it runs on a managed ADF managed Spark clusters. We will get to know what is this Spark clusters as well in the later sessions. But now just keep this in mind that it will run on Apache Spark clusters. Okay, why we need this? Because this is a faster executions, optimized and faster executions. Okay, this is a data flow. What we have first 1 minute, and my voice is fine. So as you we have seen what we had, what kind of things we had in this, what we have done. We have created a source, and then on top of source, what we have done? The transformation string. We have this elements. All these are called as what we call data flow elements or transformations. Okay. So what is the first step? What we need to do? We need to start with source. Why we need to start with source? Because that is the one which will be having data. It can be source, can be a file or database. Whatever it is. So you can choose that. Let's see, look at this. If you select this, you'll be having same or like our copy data activity. So you can create a data data set. You should create a data set. Okay. You'll be having this add source data set. You should add one data set. So this is the one how your data set works. Okay. These are the different set of data sets, or you can create your own data set. Okay. So first step, what is it? Whatever data it's a copy activity or it's a data flow, the first step will be your source. And then apply transformations, models, and with sync. Okay. So these are the steps which we want to perform. Okay. So here the core elements. What are the different set of elements we have? First thing is we have source. What it will do? it will read data. Right? That means this is a input data set. What kind of data set it will accept? You can give it as a file or database, whatever. Different set of files, like CSV, JSON. Okay, or you can use the blob storage files as well. Fine. And next one is transformations. This is a key one in data. What are the different transformations we have? Okay, we have something called as aggregate. So if you click on this plus, we have all these things. All these are transformations. Each and everything is a transformation. Okay, aggregate derived column, surrogate key. Okay. So let us list down first alphabetical order. Then alter the row and assertives or validation rows and the conditional split cast. Conditional split. Exist, where is it? Exist. Sorry, now derived column, external column. It should be something else. Okay, exist. Derived column, external column, exist. F filter fluid so we have joined so I'm just writing it in alphabetical order just to remember. Okay. And pivot rank sort surrogate key. Morning and pivot. What else? Yeah. These are all the options here. We'll just have a brief explanation of each and everything. Okay. So what do you mean by aggregate? So let us have discussion on this one. Normally, aggregate is something when you summarize the data, right? You need to group it and get the data. Let us take you have voters in your let's say there is an election. Okay, how they are saying that in your colony or in your street, how many votes they have. Individually, they will be giving each, they will count as each individual as one vote, right? So when it comes to let us take a colony level or a street level, what you're doing, you're adding up, right? You're adding all the number of votes and you're making it okay. So it's a colony is having 100 votes, right? That is called as aggregate. Or if you take at area level and district level, what you're doing, you are doing an aggregation at area level. You're doing aggregation at state level. When it comes to MP elections, you will just do that. Okay, you can have, let's take the same area, total number of votes, and also you will see how many male votes and how many female votes, right? So you are aggregating. So you are doing an aggregation. Let's take in the retail. Okay, retail domain. You have seen your bill in the DMart or this GMart or whatever, Ratnadeep or whatever it is. When you go and bill your items, first they will be having an itemized bill, and at the end they will be having one more script saying that these are so many items, this is the total amount. What they're doing actually, they're aggregating your itemized bill into a single, saying that okay, they're having some 19 items with 5,000 as your bill. So they are adding up, they're doing a sum of all the amount, and they are also doing a sum of items, right? So it is nothing but grouping to data. Creates column, column. Okay. So what you're doing, you're grouping the data. So in this, we will be having something like sum, count, min, max, okay, and average. So what you're doing only in your class, what is the minimum max, what is the maximum max, what is the average marks of the class or section level in a student. Or when you say like in the cricket, you will see the average score. So how they are calculating? So what is the least score he has done? What is the highest score he has done? How many matches he has played? What is the total number of runs he hit? Okay, that is called as aggregation. These are all right. You are grouping data based on. So even the total runs, how we are doing, they may have a different level of data, like total across all formats, only in T20, one day and test separately they can take, right? So that is called as aggregation of data. Okay, got it? Now, all the goal is to define some actions, database actions. Okay, define database actions like insert, update, delete. Right? You can define database actions. Right? You can insert arrow, you can update arrow, you can delete arrow. So you can perform whatever. And we have seen something called as upsert in data, copy data active, right? That operation as well you can perform. So you will understand better once we discuss on database actions. Okay. So what we do after this session, let us have a basic in tomorrow's session. Let us have a basic SQL session. If you understand basic SQL session, these things will be very clear. Okay. So let's have a basic SQL session in tomorrow's session. For now, let us continue this data flow. Okay. Assert, normally assert is used for data quality, like any validation check. You can say that apply validation roles. Okay, both kind of validation roles. Let us take if it should fail if the pipeline does not meet the given condition. Let us take you have created a pipeline, okay, a data flow where you should filter out. You should get only data whose age is greater than 18. Okay, or you have a particular thing like for any category, order amount should be more than 5,000. Only then you should connect it. Or the another example is if you are trying to identify only first time customers, so there should be no order for a customer. So that kind of validation rules you should apply. If that rule is not met, then you should fail that pipeline. That means you are not sending that required format data. Okay, it is kind of a validation rules. You can create assert. Assertion is nothing but you are giving a condition. If the condition is not meeting, you should fail the pipeline. You should show the error message. Normally, it is used for data quality. Okay, we'll call it as data quality checks. Used for data quality checks. Okay, what do you mean by cast? Casting is nothing but changing data types. Okay, so normally, uh, if you have any string data type, you need to convert to integer. If you have any integer data type, you have to convert to string data type. So for that casting, we will be using cast. So it's a straightforward, like you go and change the data set. Okay. Conditional split. This is what is it? Based on one condition, you can split the data into multiple ways. Like let us take, we have seen this absurd project, right? If existing, you are updating. If it's not existing, you are inserting. So that kind of logic, or let us take, uh, you want to design a data flow and your logic based on your gender. Okay? If male perform some other action, if female perform some other action. Right, if your data flow comes, let us take, you need to give some amount, okay, and female has more concession than men, okay. So when you're calculating that the concession logic, you need to split the data based on your gender. So you'll be having the condition. So based on that logic, you can define the stream. Like you can reroute your rows to different logics. Okay. So like rows goes into different strings based on condition. So you'll understand this when you work on each and every active, but I'll just show you all the things will not work on data. So it is based on our requirement only. Whatever is required for the real time, just highlight for me. But keep this in mind that each and everything you should be able to understand. At least you should have knowledge of what each and every transformation looks and how it works. Okay. A derived column is nothing but it creates a new column based on the calculation. Or normally we'll give some expression. Expression is nothing but let us take you have expression. Let us say you have a order amount, okay, order amount, and you have itemized it. You have the order details, you have something like this: item ID, quantity, and price of each item. Okay, Let us take in the item you got sugar quantity 3. Okay, or let us take instead of sugar price. You got the and this item price. This price is nothing but your item price. Let us take each pencil cost. You have something called as or let us take a pen about 4 and this is around 20. And you have this data. You want to have one more column called as total price, or you can just say that amount. So what is your value? What is the total price for this person? It is 3 into 10, which is equal to 30. You should get something called as like this. So what you do? You will write a logic in the derived column, the given expression saying that quantity into item price. So what you get? You will get the total amount of stuff. So your expression will be this. Okay. And the same way, yeah, so you are your data, whatever you are receiving, it will be having only 3 columns, and you are deriving a new column with total price with the logic as what is the logic for this? Quantity into item price. This is your expression in the derived column, and you will get this. Got it? So that is derived column. Okay. External call you can ignore it normally for now because we will call some APIs or APIs or SharePoint like external systems. Okay, so you can use this to call the external system and get the response. And exists. Normally, this is also part of SQL where you will check if the exists or not. If it returns, if the data is available, it will return true. Okay. Else it is false. False. It is just checking if the row, your condition row is available or not. Okay. Returns true available. Okay. Normally we will use this as sort of filter also, like this. We can use for filtering as well. You will say that if this is true, only then you should proceed further with the data pipeline, or you should stop there. Same way filter as well. So filter is something as filter based on the condition. So as we already discussed on this, how we need to do that. Okay. And flow is nothing but it is a transformation logic, like what is it? It is a set of statements, like it's a block where you can use that transformation logic. Okay, it is nothing but we will see this in the later sessions how we can implement this. These are the transformations. Okay, and what do you mean by flatten? Normally you have different formats, right? In that we have one format as JSON arrays. JSON arrays, you can convert this into rows. Okay, that means you have an array of value. Let us take you have marks, or let's take you have different set of codes available. Okay, let's say you have a set of values, array of values, or a single key. Single key, you have different set of values, and you can flatten into each row. Each row means that each set of array values into a different set of rows. We'll see this example. This is also important pattern. We'll see this example of how you work with pattern. And join is also part of SQL where you have it requires 2 data sets. Okay, 2 data sets in it. You can combine 2 data sets. Combine 2 data sets using in and left, right, So let's say you can see all these stores. And these things are separate topic. Okay. These are used to combine more than two sets. Combine two sets. Okay. Still. Okay. This one is a separate topic. Tomorrow when we start with SQL, we will go through this so that it will be easy for you to understand more in area. Okay. I will take two different data sets and I will explain. And this one is a lookup. Lookup is to just refer the table based data. So you will go, you will check the table data. You will get the value from the table based data. So we are just going, checking if you are giving any customer ID, you will go and you will check the lookup table if the customer is available or not, and you will get the customer ID. Okay. It is like master data, you will get. And no branches within that. I told you like we'll be splitting it, right? So we'll be having two rows. So how to have the different parallel logics. So for that we should create first new branch. So what is that? Split the whatever we have discussed conditions. After conditions, we will have a separate stream, right? Parallel path. What do you mean by parse? It is nothing but parsing means executing. It's reading. Parses different set of files. JSON file, XML file, CSV file. So all these things will parse into structured columns. Okay, that means you are converting semi-structured values to structured. Whatever the data it is, you are converting it from semi-structured to structured. We will use parse. And this is important. Pivot is nothing but it converts row to columns. Convert rows to column. And unpivot. Pivot is this one. What is meant by unpivot? Converts. Pivot is rows to columns. What is unpivot? Vice versa. Unpivot is converts values of columns to rows. Okay. And the next one is ranking. Ranking is nothing but we can use ranking based on the sorting conditions. Okay. You know, like you will get the marks in the class. How you will give the ranks? Highest. So when you are getting highest marks, you will be rank one. Right. The next person will be rank 2, rank 3, rank 4. So same way here ranking based on the values. Let's take employees details. They are getting salaries. So highest salary we need to get first rank. So how you will identify second or third highest salary? Then you go with ranking. Okay. Rank will give you right. Next. So sort, you know, like you can sort rows based on column or ascending or descending, whatever. You can just give it. And next one is surrogate. Surrogate key is nothing but it generates the incremental keys. Okay. Generates incremental key values to have a unique value. Order number, if you're starting with 1, 2, 3, it should go on increase. Or you're having customer ID 101 starting from. So again, 101 should not be used. It's a unique value. right? Your identify if a customer ID equal to 101, that is a unique value. Let us check phone number is your unique value. You are the only person you have that phone number. So that's a surrogate. Right? When you're registering to Zomato or all those things, they get phone number as a surrogate. The same phone number again you cannot register. Right? So union is nothing but you are combining two data sets. Joining is different, union is different. It is combines two data sets, or you can say multiple sets. Okay, that is two data sets. What you're doing? Condition split, you are defining into two, you are creating a new brand, parallelly you're running male and female. After performing that action, again you should combine those two states. Okay, you are combining that. Undo it, we have already seen. What is a window? Window is nothing but you are having some window functions. Okay, we have window functions for running totals, and you'll call this as normally in SQL you'll call it as analytical functions for analysis. Okay, these are the different set of transformations we have. Okay, so these are all the transformations which we have in Dataflow, mapping data. Okay, so tomorrow's session, let us start with SQL because these transformations, if you want to understand all these things, window functions, pivot and pivot, lookup joins, okay, all these things, you need to understand the basic SQL and how the data looks. Okay, let us work on this SQL and then we'll jump to data. Okay, there's a basic SQL of 1 or 2 sessions. After that, we'll jump to this data to understand better. So if you don't understand the data, you cannot perform any of these transformations. These transformations can be performed only if you understand the data. I'll get some sample data. I'll download some sample data. We'll load that into the database and we'll run. Okay, is it clear? So this is more on theoretical part. Each and every branch. Can someone try to ask something? Okay, I have pasted notes in the chat. You can copy it. Just read and remember what exactly each and everything but we will see which are important things. External call, it's very rarely we will be using it. Okay. Other than that, others we can just have it. I'll just show you each and every option, whatever it is required for your project members. Okay. They're used repeated. Any doubts? See all the options you can identify in this. What is a new brand? See, we have discussed new brand, join, functions, text, union, lookup. We will see each and everything, okay? How it works and how we will. Are we good?
Yes.
Anybody? you guys tried this this copy data activity?
Yeah, we try. I tried.
Have you tried copy and delete?
Yes.
Okay. Did you guys didn't got any doubt like can we have this pipeline uh, in the same copy and the delete both? Can we have it in the same pipeline?
Yeah, I did same way. Like I did
Sorry?
two in same pipeline.
That's okay.
Just
I just
connected.
know I have done that. See, I will show you. I thought you guys will ask, but you've never done. Okay. When you click on this copy, okay, let me delete this. So you have this, right? See this. You have something called as on success, on fail, on completion. Okay. You have all these options here. Okay. What you need to do on success, what you need to do on fail, what you need to do on completion, whether success or fail, irrespective to what we need to do. So what I'll do is I will have this delete here, and only on success I will delete it. See this. Only on success, what I'm doing, I am delete. So there is a line over here, right? For each and everything, you have a line. So now it executes. If once it is success, it automatically deletes. Even for this, even. So now if you don't want, okay. Let's take. You want even if it is success or failure, you want to, or on failure, you want to do something else. So you can go and perform some other action. So it is just a drag and drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Just drag, keep your pipeline, and select what it need to do once it completes. Or on success, what you need to do. On failure, what it need to do. Okay.
Okay.
Just drag and drop this on success. Click, drag and keep it here. So once this copy data activity completes, delete will perform. Okay. Fine. Let's find out for today. Let's meet tomorrow with session. Thank you. So I'm expecting such kind of doubts, like how you're doing that, how can we have two activities.
Actually, I did on completion of the first copying, then everything happened.
On completion means even if it is fail or success, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We'll go to the next step.
Yeah. I never thought of success.
On success only you should delete.
Yeah. Okay.
So if it is not success, if you delete, you will be facing the data loss.
Yeah.
Okay. You should never do a delete activity on completion. You should do it on success. Yeah,
I thought on completion means it also includes success. I thought like that.
Yeah, success. If it fails, what you will do? You have deleted. It got failed. It has
If
not
it
copied
fails,
your file.
we will get an error, right?
See, if it fails, okay, you will not get error. If it fails, you want to skip it. See, data activity, failing activity is different. Okay, so you are stopping there. If there is any issue, then it stops. If completion means if it is success or failure, it will go and check for the next activity.
Okay.
Okay, on completion, if it is completing or not. See, there are other scenarios. They're talking about ideal scenario. Okay, if it fails and it will stop.
Yeah.
Okay, there are scenarios when it fails, it is not going to stop. It will directly make it as a complete and it will go.